Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the 801 Diaries podcast. I'm Emily.
And I'm Abby.
And Abby, how was your week?
It was good. It was a good week.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm trying to even think what happened. I feel like this week was such a blur.
I know. That's how I feel. This week has just been kind of insane.
Oh, yeah. We had Father's Day this weekend.
That was this weekend. It was Father's Day.
That was good.
Oh, my gosh. Happy
Always
Father's
good.
Day.
Yes,
to our wonderful dad.
Yes, and to any other fathers.
Yes.
Who are listening. What was your favorite thing that happened this week?
So besides Father's Day, because that was just...
Of course. That's, of course, number one.
Number one. I've had a lot of work projects this week, and they're all coming to an end. Like,
That's always so exciting.
Like, for some of my work, I've been planning and coordinating to get the parking lots resealed, which sounds so lame, but, like, I'm so excited that they're going to be done. And, like, it's just a great,
very
it's just nice to have it done, you know?
Yeah.
So that's been my favorite thing this week, is just getting all this stuff done.
That's good.
This week also is Yuhanus, which is the midsummer. So getting ready for that hasn't happened yet. So check in next week if it was fun.
I'm sure we'll talk about it next week.
I had something in my eye. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so that's kind of been mine. What about you?
I had two favorite things this week.
Let's hear.
So last weekend, from Thursday to Saturday, I went to St. George.
So jealous.
And just hung out in the sun by the pool, like just having the best time. And if you know anything about me, you know that is my absolute favorite thing to do in this whole entire world, is for it to be hot, sitting in the pool, just
roasting.
Just thriving.
Yeah.
So that was one of my favorite things. My other favorite thing was Saturday after I got home late at night. I was looking in the mirror and I was like, do you know what I need today? I need bangs.
You do.
So I texted Emily and I said, I need you to talk me down from cutting bangs. And what did she do? She came in and said, I think it's a good idea. So what did I do?
She cut bangs.
I chopped bangs.
And they're really cute.
They turned out as good as they can, I think, for at home with zero training, zero technical skill.
Yeah.
Cutting your own bangs. So I'm pleased that they weren't a disaster.
I think they look great. Yeah, I was brought in, you know, to talk her off the ledge of bangs, and I walked in and just said, I think you need to do it. And then I sat with her as she did it.
And it was rough for a second there, but we made a full circle around. It was great.
I was very optimistic that she would pull through. And she did.
Good.
So that's all that matters.
But yeah, so I'm in my bang era right now.
So we're loving it. But
so we'll see how it goes. But
yeah. So one other fun thing that happened this week is this past Sunday was the Tony Awards.
It was the Tony Awards, which is a big deal in the Broadway community.
So fun. And there were so many things that happened. You know, Jonathan Groff won his first Tony.
So did Daniel
Radcliffe. Outsiders won Best Musical.
Yes, they did.
They had the Cabaret, Eddie Redmayne perform.
Yes, incredible.
It's so good.
Cabaret is one of those musicals that if you don't get it, it's wild and it just doesn't make any sense and people hate it. But if you get it, it's so the best. Cool. It's like the campiest thing in the whole entire world, and it's incredible.
Amazing. And with this specific revival, it's even more campy than ever before. And one thing that, like, you know, it's really cool, the way Eddie Redmayne performs as the MC, it's so cool. But then if you actually go to the show, like the way that they've redone the theater to be an in the round theater, so you're part of the experience, which is so fun. And then also, instead of going through the front door, you go through a back alley and underground, and like you really become and like are immersed in the cabaret experience and stuff like that. And so it's so cool. And so I've just been seeing so many TikToks because of course I'm on Broadway TikTok. And I just like people like, it's kind of funny because people are saying the exact same thing that you did, that like if you don't understand cabaret and like the story and everything about
and you just see these clips like on TikTok or whatever,
like
you're
it's
like,
crazy.
What the heck is this? Like, and Eddie Redmayne, what are you doing?
Like it's insane.
So
and so it's so, but like to see it and like appreciate it is just,
and he's like perfect for that role. He's doing such an incredible job.
So good. And it's really cool because to like watch his growth, I would say, because I don't know if you remember, but when he was in Les Mis.
Okay, I liked him in Les Mis. I didn't like love him, but
I didn't love it.
He was not the worst part of that show.
He was not the worst part of that show.
So we just kind of looked over him.
Exactly. But I didn't love
That's fair.
his singing and like kind of the vocal tonality of it.
Yeah.
And so it's really interesting now to see him lead Cabaret and like how much he's changed and like grown as a performer and stuff. And I just think it's really cool.
I also feel like Cabaret is a musical that's much better suited for him
than
Marius was.
I agree.
But I think he did fine as Marius.
Yeah, I mean he did.
It wasn't
fine.
noteworthy, but it wasn't the other things we saw in that movie.
So it was just fun. It was fun to see just all of the
more exciting Broadway news. We have official announcement that Nick Jonas is going to be Jamie in the first ever Broadway rendition of The Last 5 Years.
I still cannot believe that Last 5 Years has never been on Broadway.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Until next summer.
And I have thoughts about this casting. I am a die-hard Jonas Brothers fan. Like, I would die for these people.
Love them so much.
I love them so much.
Yeah.
So much. The man can't sing like Broadway. Like, that he doesn't have that skill. So why are we putting him in one of the most beloved roles ever?
I know.
I'm so upset about it.
There's a lot to go with it.
I'm so upset about it. There were a lot of rumors that it was going to be Joe, and while I didn't love that, I was far more okay with it than I am.
I think
Nick.
Joe has more of the personality for Jamie than Nick does.
Yep.
Because I think you need to have some of that douchey cockiness to play Jamie, and
Nick doesn't. 5'6". He doesn't have it.
He doesn't have it.
He's a short king, and we love him for it.
We love him so much.
He's just missing something.
Yeah, I agree.
And as much as I hate Jeremy Jordan, sorry to everyone out there, I'm a big hater. He killed that role. He was perfect for that role.
He was
perfect.
Good.
And I get he's doing that Bonnie and Clyde show right now, but
that's next.
It's next summer.
But also,
I'm all for putting Jeremy Jordan in there.
I mean, I get it. I also think Jeremy Jordan is really gunning for a Greatest Showman, so he can be Hugh Jackman's character. Because don't even get us started. But I think he's really gunning for that for the next season, and
I can see that.
I can see him not wanting to take on Jamie.
But like, there's just so many better options who are actually Broadway performers, and I get Nick is too. Like, he's done plenty of Broadway.
Yeah,
but not in the state he is now. And
I really hope that he is able to, and he has a whole year of knowing that I hope he's able to refine his theatrical voice versus his pop voice.
Agreed.
I hope that maybe that's something like why it's coming out next year, because it was rumored to come out this year.
Yeah.
And so maybe
that's true.
Maybe he's going to take the time to refine it more so it doesn't quite sound as bad as it did when he was in Les Mis.
Whew. Wow.
So I don't love it being Nick, but I also do think there are worse people.
Absolutely.
Like for stunt casting, like, okay.
I just feel like the first ever Broadway performance of The Last 5 Years did not need a stunt cast.
I think it did. I don't think I think it needed it to a point, just because even though the Broadway community,
it's loved within the Broadway community, but it's not known outside
wide.
Of that.
And so if they want to like make it a successful run, they're gonna have to front load it with someone like Nick Jonas before so it can really like keep going. Because if like the Broadway community will rally behind it no matter what, like whoever it was, but I think that if they don't have the appeal from other people coming in that aren't, because I can see it would be kind of, if you don't know Last 5 Years and you just see that it's a 2-man show, you're like,
oh, but it's the best.
See, but you know what it is. And so I think there's some aspect of they need to bring people in and get awareness about what it actually is, because the off-Broadway production didn't run very long either.
I just feel like they could have picked someone who started in Broadway but transcend to Broadway, which I get, but Nick isn't known as a Broadway actor.
I know, even though he did
he technically started as a little child. Like, it's like, no, this isn't a good comparison, but like Ariana Grande, you don't consider her a Broadway actress.
No.
You know what I mean? So like putting her in Wicked, people were kind of like, oh, she's not a Broadway, but she can sing. Like, so that's why it's not a good comparison, because she really can sing.
Yeah.
But do you get what I'm saying? Like,
I do. but I also see the, like, if you're looking at it from a business perspective of why they went with someone like Nick Jonas.
Yeah.
Because
but why Nick Jonas? You know what I mean? Someone like Nick Jonas, but why Nick Jonas?
I mean, I get it. But, like, who else? Like, because, like, taking out, like, Jeremy Jordan because you love his performance. You know what I mean? Like,
I think Jonathan Groff would have done a great job in it.
Do you think so?
I think he would have. I mean, the man plays straight very well. So I think he could do it. But I get he's in another thing right now.
I also feel like he's too happy.
Yes, but also,
like,
I think he could do it.
I don't know. That's an interesting thought.
Throw Jonathan Bailey in there. I love that man with my whole soul. We know he can sing it.
Wait, okay,
throw him in there.
See, this is a good. That's a good.
Throw him in there.
Let's put him in. Maybe
throw him in there.
Maybe Nick Jonas only has a 6-week contract, and then chuck Jonathan Bailey in.
I would go to New York to see that. I won't go to New York to see Nick, but I would go to see Jonathan
Bailey. Okay.
I love him.
Because he won an Olivier for being Jamie, and he would be great.
Yeah.
He plays straight really well.
The best. I love that man. My whole soul.
I can't. But yeah, so
this will be interesting. I think I'm extra critical of it just because I do love the musical so much. I want it done well.
No, I understand.
And I just don't have that faith in Nick Jonas. But we'll see. Maybe he'll shock us all.
I mean, I hope he can. I feel like where he has a whole year.
See, I even think like Corey Cott could do it.
Corey Cott would be good. But the thing is,
even his brother. Cott, what's his brother's name?
Casey
Cott. But I think he could do it.
Corey couldn't bring in out really tons of outside.
No. I get that.
I think there is.
He's too strictly Broadway.
He's too, even though he is on like a TV show or something right now. But like I think unfortunately.
What about the guy from The Flash? What's his name?
Grant Gustin. He is in Water for Elephants right now.
It's in a year.
He's originating the role.
Aaron Tveit.
Okay.
There are so many other people. It did not have to be Nick Jonas.
I know. But I do understand the commercial appeal of a Nick Jonas.
No, I do.
I think there are obviously so many other people better suited, but I do think that strategically,
from a business perspective,
Nick Jonas makes a lot of sense.
Okay. I mean, I agree. I'm just upset about it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean,
but who knows? Maybe he'll come surprise us all.
We'll find out in the cast recording, because
he's gonna be on it.
This
is why I'm upset.
Unless they do what they did with Funny Girl, where they wait until the replacement. I can't. I still think that is so funny.
See,
I feel bad for Beanie.
Absolutely. And she did a great job, but she's just not the musical powerhouse that is Lea Michele.
And Lea Michele is she's so freaking talented.
And Beanie did a great job, but more on the acting side, where Lea can sing. The girl can sing.
And I agree. I think Beanie did a great job with acting. Her singing really struggled. Mm-hmm. And in order to play a Fanny Bryce character, your singing has to be
so good.
So incredibly good. And I think everyone knew it was like Lea was destined for this. Yeah. Like, this has been...
There's no arguing.
I loved Lea in Funny Girl. Mm-hmm. All the drama aside, I loved it so much. Because I obviously follow like Broadway TikTok, Broadway rumors and all that kind of stuff. When I heard that she was like probably going to be the replacement and that it was going to happen sooner than later kind of a thing with what happened, even before they announced it, I almost bought tickets because I knew that as soon as they announced Lea, the ticket prices were going to go up, which they did.
And it was going to sell out.
And so I was like, oh, I'll buy tickets now when they're cheaper, but it'll end up being a Lea show later. I didn't end up going, but I would have loved to go see Lea as Fanny. Like, I remember her opening night, like watching all the slime tutorials of it, and I still watch them from time to time because it's just so good. Like, her singing Don't Rain on My Parade is unmatched.
You can just watch Glee to see that.
I know, but there's something even cooler about watching her on stage. And the arrangement's a little different on the stage version versus Glee, but I do watch her do it on Glee all the time. I love Glee. It's my favorite show.
I know it is.
I love it so much.
But further along the lines of it being the Tonys, we thought we would do, you guys love the brackets, so we thought we would do a musical bracket.
Yes, because obviously it's something we love.
And are very passionate about.
We can talk about for a long time.
So I made, oh my gosh, we're starting off with a bang. Anyways, I made this bracket a long time ago, so I have no clue what's on here, and we're just
gonna go for it.
Should we shuffle it one more time or just go for it?
Just shuffle it.
We're just gonna shuffle it one more time because we can't.
So
I had a little
technical
difficulties,
things, but that's okay.
But we were starting with two good ones that we had to get one out, and we couldn't do that. So we shuffled it again.
Easy peasy. Okay.
Okay. First one: Fiddler on the Roof versus In the Heights.
In the Heights.
Okay, I'm a big In the Heights fan.
Yeah.
I love it. And she's not as much.
No. But I also don't really like Fiddler on the Roof. I've seen too many high school productions of it that it's
the high schools
kind of
love
ruined
to
it.
do it. They love to do it.
And I understand. Well, no, I don't, because we live in Utah. We're not a bunch of Jewish people.
We don't. I don't know if we can successfully represent that group.
It's not good.
But anyway,
In the Heights.
I love In the Heights.
Let's do it.
I love the musical. I love what's his name so much.
Lin-Manuel?
No. He's in Hamilton. Christopher. What's his name? If you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about.
Christopher. I'm looking at him.
He played Washington.
Yeah.
And he plays Benny in The Heights.
Yeah.
But I love him so much, and he's incredible in The Heights.
He is.
If you've
Christopher Jackson.
Christopher Jackson, that's it.
That's his name.
If you've never listened to In the Heights, specifically the original, it's so good. Lin-Manuel Miranda, the man he is, he just is the same in every role, but I feel like this role fits him better than he fit Hamilton. You know what I mean?
I agree.
That's just.
I agree. It's not.
It's not him playing a founding father. It's him playing him, basically.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
I love the original casting of In the Heights and the original recording.
Good. Yeah.
And then they came out with the movie
which Ben Shu directed
2020-ish or whatever with Anthony Ramos.
And he did really
good.
good.
And he did such a good job.
He did really good.
Corey Hawkins, who I think that's his name, he played Benny in the new one, and he was incredible.
He was.
And I was really worried just because I love Christopher Jackson so much that he did such a great job. But it was so good. It was so good.
No, I get that. I really like it. Yeah.
Big In the Heights fan, at least here.
I think it's good. It's not my go-to musicals, but
okay. The Lion King versus Matilda.
Matilda.
If you've never listened to the Matilda recording, it's so fun. It's it's so good.
And watching it, so I saw it on Broadway 3 times, I think, and truly, it's so amazing. It was just so much fun.
It's so
and
cute, and it's so fun.
Adorable.
And they adapted it to Broadway really well.
So
because
well.
I am the biggest hater when it comes to when they take movies and put them on Broadway.
Yeah.
I hate it. I don't think they ever do as good of a job as the movie does, or vice versa, but mostly movies to Broadway. And it's always just so annoying and disappointing to me. Matilda was so good.
It was so good. And I just I have a lot of there were that was during my big when I was gonna
Broadway era.
Work on getting to Broadway era, and just the cast was so cool, and it was just so fun to see and learn, because I got to talk with a couple of the people in the cast and learn part of the behind the scenes secrets and stuff about it, and it was just a really cool.
Was Thane in it?
He was, yeah. So Thane was in it. He actually came and taught us a dance class to a song from Matilda.
He's a Utah legend.
At least in our area.
House.
Because, at least our house, because we all love Thane. He's in Hamilton and has been...
for a long time.
He was in the original cast of Hamilton and has never left.
Yeah.
But Matilda was just so good, so fun. And the set design and, I can't say enough about it. It's love Matilda.
So good. Okay, so this next one might have been worse than the one we shuffled it for, but we're too far in.
We are.
Change it.
Yep.
So it's Dear Evan Hansen versus Hamilton.
See, this is a really hard one.
This is a really hard one because Dear Evan Hansen was my favorite musical for a long time.
For a long time.
I feel like it's just such an important show. In this age of anxiety and depression and just...
It is so important.
It's so, it's written so well. It's portrayed so well.
Yeah.
And it's done in such a beautiful way that is, so relatable to everyone. And, it's
so good.
Such an incredible show.
Yeah. I can't say enough about Dear Evan Hansen. I love it.
So much. On the other hand, Hamilton as far as like a production of a show and like of an opera, because it is an opera, it's
cool.
incredible. Like, and I at least in my lifetime, I haven't seen a Broadway craze like the Hamilton craze.
I get that. The Hamilton, I was on my mission during the...
That's right. I forgot. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but okay, you can't. We're not going to talk about it. But so I was gone during Hamilton. So I wasn't here for like the thick of the craze and everything like that.
The entire world went feral.
Yeah.
Like the entire world went feral.
And so, and like, if I'm being completely honest, I like Dear Evan Hansen for music and story better, but I like Hamilton for the experience better.
Okay. I think I agree with that.
Because we've seen Hamilton
a couple times.
3 or 4 times now.
Never actually in New York.
No, we've only seen touring companies, but there's something, especially with shows like Hamilton, the high energy, like it's a classically, like I love like classical musical theater like that, like it's a musical theater experience. Yeah, and that's obviously one of the reasons why Hamilton is still running and will run for the next 20 years. Like it, like there's something.
It was the next like Phantom or Les Mis,
Wicked.
that kind of.
It's like the only one.
It's an instant icon. You know what I mean?
A classic. It's never going away. So I think. I think the story and music is better in Dear Evan Hansen, but I do think that like as an overall experience, Hamilton is better.
So what do you want to click?
I think Hamilton, because of the it all around musical theater wise, because that's what we're trying to do. Hamilton is the better experience.
Okay, that's fair. I'm okay with that. I do
love Dear Evan Hansen, and I love Dear Evan Hansen so much. Depressed to see it leave.
Yes, but especially first round. This is violent.
But I think Hamilton just kind of is more of a complete experience musical.
And truthfully, if these two weren't put up against each other right now, they might have been our final two. Like, no.
No, I have one that I will fight to the end.
I don't know if it's on here. We'll see.
I saw it. It is.
Oh, okay.
It is.
Okay, so we're putting Hamilton.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Dear Evan Hansen. I love you so much. That is so sad. So sad. Okay, next we have Into the Woods versus Shrek. So for me, this is easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's Shrek.
It's Shrek.
I think Into the Woods... Sondheim wrote that, didn't he? I'm pretty sure it's a Sondheim show. Into the Woods is so good up until intermission. If it ended at intermission, I would love it. I would love it. Yeah. After intermission, like, it's good. Like, the like musically, really good. I just don't love the story.
I just hate the character assassination that goes on. And I get that, like, it's like supposed to be more like the Grimm versions or whatever. Yeah. But
it's not my.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And Shrek the musical is so good. It's on Netflix. They recorded the stage.
They did a
If you've never watched it, watch it. It's hilarious. I love Shrek.
I love a comedic musical like that.
I love Shrek with my whole soul. I'm a big Shrek fan. Okay. Next we have Aladdin versus In the Heights.
I say Aladdin.
Really?
Again, that's a show I say
In the Heights.
I have a lot of emotional connection to Aladdin because, again, like Matilda,
it was during your.
It was during my big Broadway era when I was in New York a lot. And like, let's also remember when the second musical I ever directed was Aladdin.
It was.
And the Genie and Aladdin on Broadway sent the cutest little video.
And what's his name?
James Monroe Iglehart.
Yes.
They sent the cutest video to my kids to like wish him good luck and everything. And then like we went to New York right after that, and we saw James and met him again. And I was able to like talk to him and like say thank you. And he's like, oh my gosh, that's so fun that your kids like he remembered about it.
It was really cute.
And even the year prior when I had been in New York and I had seen Aladdin, James Monroe Iglehart would spend 2+ hours at Stage Door every night
He's so incredible.
Talking to every single person. And like if they were like, oh, can you sing a few bars of this song? He would sit there and sing for people on the street. And like to me, like I just equate so many like wonderful happy memories with Aladdin that like I will choose Aladdin. And I'm sorry, you've seen it. The production on that is wild.
Yeah.
I love Aladdin.
Going back to my movies turned into Broadway shows. It doesn't apply as much to Disney cartoons, but it does at the same time because you can't do everything in a Disney cartoon that you can't do on play and on stage and everything. So, thinking back to our last one, we picked Hamilton because it was a better overall actual experience. Musical.
Yeah.
Aladdin is not an actual musical. It is a movie. In the Heights is an actual musical. You want to pick Aladdin because of your emotional attachment.
Yeah, because I love it so much because I have such an emotional attachment to it.
But that's not what the point of what we're doing here. We're picking the best musicals. And I would argue that In the Heights is a better musical.
But I also think you can argue that the Aladdin, like, even just watching it on stage, like, there's so much about the production of the show itself, not just that's, like, really cool.
It is cool. But is it that cool?
I think it is.
I don't know. I love In the Heights.
Do we rock, paper, scissors?
We might have to rock, paper, scissors this one because I go hard for In the Heights. I love it. Alrighty.
Ready?
On 3 or after 3?
This is not real. I'm just going to, so I know. I don't rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay.
We're shooting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
No! I win! No!
It's Aladdin. Hey, that was fair.
That was fair. Okay, another easy one. Wicked versus Chicago. Wicked all day long. Wicked is in my top 5 favorite for sure.
Absolutely.
Chicago's great and it's a classic, but you can't be Wicked. Oh no, I think I found the one she's gonna go hard for.
No.
Okay.
But I will in this.
Oh gosh.
Sorry.
There's so many things happening all at the same time. Okay. Next, we have Newsies versus Thoroughly Modern Millie. So, fun fact, we went and saw Thoroughly Modern Millie at, like, a local theater, like, I don't know, 10 years ago or something like that, and I hated it. I thought it was the most miserable thing of my whole entire life. I did not like it at all. However, since listening to it in years since, I do like some of the songs.
Yeah.
But not a big Thoroughly Modern Millie fan.
No, it's not my favorite. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's like... I think of it as like a baby musical. Like it's a introductory musical if you're wanting to kind of dip your toes in. And then, I don't know. That's kind of
I'm also not a big Sutton Foster fan.
There you go.
I remember in my theater class, like my sophomore year of high school, because that's the only time I ever took a theater class because I needed an art credit and I can't draw or anything to save my life. Yeah. So I took theater. They spent like an hour talking about how incredible Sutton Foster is. And I'm like... She's talented, absolutely. The girl can belt her life away. Yeah. Absolutely incredible. But they were like, she's just so, like, she can do so many different things. And I think she can do one thing. I think she's incredible at that one thing she does. Yeah. But I think she can do one thing. Like, she's in Shrek, incredible in Shrek. That role suits her perfectly. Yeah. Same kind of thing with Thoroughly Modern Millie. It's the same kind of personality. Yeah. It's just a belty... kind of sassy girl. Yeah. Like that's who she plays best and she's really good at it. But she's incredible at that. Yeah. But I just remember I was like, I don't know if she's really that. Yeah, I think she's good. But she's good. But Newsies wins. No, we've never had a musical take over our lives. Hit us so profoundly. Okay. There was a solid 6 years. Yeah, we need to talk about it. Where we listened to nothing else. Nothing else. We need to talk about it because Newsies actually plays one of the most important critical parts of encapsulates my late teens, early 20s, like the entirety of it. And I saw it for the first time on Broadway when I was 17. It had been out for about a year on Broadway. You saw Corey, right? I saw Corey Cott. I didn't see the original Broadway cast. Again, Jeremy Jordan. Yeah. Corey Cott was better, but he was better. I saw that, and when I saw Newsies, it was the first time I had ever I got to go backstage. I got to go play on the set,
and it was the coolest thing ever. This is like one of my favorite moments of life, is I got to stand in the center of a Broadway stage and look out and see all the empty chairs, because it was after the show. And holy cow.
Changed your life.
Like, it legitimately changed my life. And since then...
She then came home. And it was the only thing any of us listened to for probably 6 years.
Yeah. I mean, literally, like, the next year I went back to New York. I saw it twice. And I would, like, if you're really not going to understand the culture surrounding Newsies unless you were a part of it in 2014.
It was wild.
It was something else. Like, it was insane. And it got to the point where I was so wrapped up in it that one day I was walking down the street in New York, and I saw one of the Newsies on the street, and he recognized me and said hi, because he knew that she had been feral for the show. Yeah, I mean, wild times. I mean, let's also remember, I was 17, 18 when I saw the first time, and it's just a show of 17 and 18-year-old boys. Like,
yeah. Like, if there was ever a time to give a look-see.
Like, you know, I mean, they're Broadway actors, so, you know,
Well, some of them are okay.
But no, a lot of them are. But, like, it's just, there was something about that time, and it continued, and I just love it so much. It's one of the best shows ever, so.
What do you get out of full screen? I just want to check our time, because I think we've been... Yeah, we're already a half an hour into this, so we need to pick it up a little bit, because
we can talk about Broadway.
We can talk about forever.
Okay.
Is this green one?
So yeah, Newsies wins that one.
Yeah,
easy peasy.
Okay, next we have Matilda versus West Side Story.
Matilda
wins. West Side Story. Did you ever see the new one with Rachel Zegler and Ansel Elgort? I probably would have saw it if someone else was in there.
Someone else was Tony? Yeah, no, I didn't see it.
But I mean, that's a classic story. But
yeah, but.
Matilda's so cute.
I just love Matilda.
So cute. I love it. Oh,
I ride hard. This is it.
Okay.
This is it. I'm sorry.
So this one's going to be tough. Well, kind of. Les Mis versus Hamilton.
Les Mis.
So it is Les Mis, because Les Mis, there's, apart from maybe Phantom, there's no musical like Les Mis. Like, that big. And that, I don't even know a Phantom.
I cannot explain. Les Mis was my first Broadway show.
Yeah.
I saw it in 2006, 7, something like that. I have the deepest love in my soul for Les Mis.
Well, there's the 10-year anniversary Dreamcast recording, which is the most incredible recording of any musical ever. Like, the cast is perfect. It's so good.
Yeah.
And our mom loves it. And
that's what we listened to.
That's what we listened to. Like, when we would be, like, just hanging out, she'd be cleaning or something, she would turn it on, the TV.
We'd be in the car driving to St. George. We're going to listen to Les Mis.
Like, truthfully, the hold that this play or musical has on us, or opera, I guess, has on us is ridiculous.
Yeah. And, like, we saw it last year, and I was just sobbing by the end of the show, because I just love it so much. I know you didn't like the production itself a lot.
Well, I'm in a bit of a musical hater mode right now, but it's okay.
But I'm not.
Well, it's just a live theater hater.
And so I was just like, every time I see it, I just bawl my eyes out, because I just love it so much.
It's so good.
There's nothing I love more than Les Mis. So,
but listen to the 10-year anniversary Dreamcast. It's
unreal.
Remarkable. Like, remarkable.
It's so cool. So, yeah.
And we are, of course, forgetting the travesty that was the 2012 movie of this.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Doesn't count. We don't even bring...
that's why I'm saying we're forgetting it.
Yeah. So I'm really sorry, Hamilton, that you're out on round 2. But
that is sad, because Hamilton is incredible.
But I will...
But Les Mis is
go
the
to the
obvious
end
winner.
for
It is
Les
the
Mis.
obvious one.
Yeah.
Okay, The Last 5 Years versus Phantom of the Opera.
The Last 5 Years.
I've said many times, The Last 5 Years is my favorite musical right now. I just love it so much.
Yeah, Last 5 Years. I don't love Phantom.
I like Phantom. I feel like Phantom would be great on Broadway, and that's the only time it would be great. Like, not the touring cast, nothing. Like, it would have to be on Broadway.
I feel like you'd have to see a very certain cast, you know, like
because
Selena
it is incredible. Like
Yeah, I mean, there really is. It is really cool. I just don't love it.
I like the music though. I really like Christine's music. I think it's fun to sing.
Yeah, it's pretty.
But
it's just not my favorite.
No, I agree.
Last 5 years wins.
Last 5 years. Alrighty. Rent versus The Sound of
The
Music.
Sound of Music. The Sound of Music. There are 2 musicals I will ride till the day I die, and Sound of Music is one of them.
I don't hate Sound of Music. I don't love it. She loves it so much that I think it makes me not love it as much because
I'm obsessed with it.
It's constantly in our ears.
I love it so much. It was like that and Les Mis were the 2 musicals that I had memorized by the time I was about 4 years old. I could sing them nonstop. The Sound of Music was like one of my like first productions I was in. Mm-hmm. Love it so much. Like I
like The Sound of Music like
ride
once
hard
every 5
for
years.
The Sound of Music.
I like it once every like 5 years.
I love it so much.
But I mean, I do like Rent. That one song is good, but
that one song.
What's it called?
The
Seasons of Love.
Seasons of
That's
Love.
A good song.
It's a good song.
But no, Sound of Music wins. Alrighty, next is Shrek versus Cinderella.
Shrek. Well, it's obviously Shrek, but I was going to ask, is this bad Cinderella?
Oh, okay, no. The absolute disgrace that Andrew Lloyd Webber gave Phantom of the Opera by replacing it with bad Cinderella.
Oh my
gosh. It makes me want to see Phantom more. You know what I mean? Like if they were to put Phantom back on Broadway, I would go see it just because I knew it replaced bad Cinderella.
Which I bet they will soon.
Well, he's coming out with a new one.
Badder Cinderella? Yeah, no, he just completed another one, so we'll have to see what that is. But yeah, Shrek wins.
I love Shrek so much. Like
it's a good one.
It's really such a good one.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Next, Aladdin versus Wicked.
Wicked
was the first Broadway show I ever saw. Like the first one on Broadway I ever saw. And I love Wicked. And they just dropped a new trailer for the movie.
So exciting.
So excited. All right, Newsies versus Matilda.
Newsies.
It just the cultural impact that it had on this family. You guys really don't realize. Just like sitting here, I could probably perform the entire show. And I haven't listened to it in a good 5 years because
there was a point I could do the Seize the Day dance just from how many times I had seen it.
Yeah.
And the pro shot hadn't even come out yet.
No.
And I knew the dances. I knew everything that there was. Like I knew all the clap. I knew everything. So Newsies. Love Matilda, but Newsies.
All right, Les Mis versus the last 5 years.
Les Mis.
It's Les Mis, but I do love
the last 5 years is so good.
It's so good.
But it is
like
Les Mis.
even if you don't like Jeremy Jordan and you just want to listen to Katie's
I think
parts,
you are the only person that has a beef against Jeremy Jordan.
I think I am too. And it's really not a real beef. It's kind of more of a joke now, but it's just funny to say I have a beef with Jeremy Jordan.
Last 5 years is so good.
It's so good. I love it so much.
The beginning is unreal.
Well, like just
the opening. Oh man, all of it.
The story isn't exactly the most relatable thing to me, at least, but the emotion is.
But it's so good.
I love it so much.
I love it. But yeah,
it's Les Mis. All right, The Sound of Music versus Shrek.
I think Sound of Music.
No. It's Shrek.
It's Sound of Music.
No,
though.
Shrek is better.
Sound of Music is one of those. It's a Rodgers and Hammerstein. It is such a classic. It is so good.
That doesn't mean it's better than Shrek.
I think it is though.
I think you need to rewatch Shrek.
Julie Andrews.
She's incredible.
Are you kidding me?
Shrek.
The Sound of Music. Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh! Abby wins.
Shrek. I live for Shrek.
I love Sound of Music.
Sound of Music is fine. It's no Shrek. Let me tell you that. All right, we're getting to this. Is the final 4. Wicked versus Newsies. Wicked. I've listened to Wicked in the last 5 years. I have not listened
Here's
to
the thing.
Newsies.
I know it's Wicked.
But you're sad to see Newsies go.
But I want to just bawl because I love Newsies. I watched Newsies the other day for like the first time in kind of a while. And it is so good.
It's like, for me now, it's like one of those things where you hyper fixate on a food or something and you go back to eat it and it's just disgusting. Like you just can't eat it anymore.
I don't have
That's how I feel about Newsies.
Oh, see,
we overdid it. We overdid it. The obsession was too strong and we overdid it. And I I can't listen to it
See,
anymore.
do you know what's kind of funny? My obsession with Newsies didn't last quite as long as your guys' did.
Because you went on your mission.
Because I was on my mission. So I missed a lot of...
We pounded hard.
They went hard after I left. So I don't have that. I just have my wonderful New York memories with it and all that stuff. Oh man, I remember when they closed it.
I remember when they closed it too, because it was such a tragedy.
Oh, when Newsies closed on Broadway. I don't think I have, even to this day, watched Final Bows all the way through, because I started sobbing.
I don't think that's healthy.
I don't even care. It was, yeah, but I get it. It is Wicked.
It is Wicked. I love Wicked so much. I remember the first time I saw it on Broadway. It was the first Broadway musical I'd ever seen. And I was just blown away. Like, truthfully, just
and
blown away.
What a good first musical.
Yeah.
Like, so good.
Like, just totally blown away. All right, Les Mis versus Shrek.
It's Les Mis.
I'm sad to see you go, Shrek. I love you. I will watch you maybe later tonight because you're the love of my life. But it's Les Mis. I feel like Les Mis it's just on another tier. Like, it's nothing compares to Les Mis.
Nothing gets there. And It changes my life. I love Les Mis every time I listen to it. And we're down to the final two.
Final two. Not surprised these are the final two.
Not shocked in the slightest.
Wicked versus Les Mis.
It's Les Mis.
It's Les Mis because of the deep love that we have for it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, honestly, I don't know if it's a better production than Wicked is.
Yeah.
But I think just the sentimental value we attached to it makes it win.
I love Wicked, and I have very few negative things to say about it. I just think Les Mis is just like something about the music. Just like I love, like, it's an opera, right? And so I love how intertwined the different themes are. And I just think, and like Wicked has that more to a point, but like Les Mis just, I feel like has like, I feel like clever is a bad word for it, but like strategic maybe. There's just something about Les Mis that
it's just incredible. Like, really, like, just so thoughtfully done. Yeah. And so like it's just so
perfect.
Good.
It is a perfect musical. It really
is.
In my opinion.
And it does such a great way of like conveying a pretty heavy topic. Yeah. Because every single storyline in Les Mis is a pretty heavy storyline. Obviously, I mean, it's called The Miserables. Yeah. But it does that. It conveys it in a way that it teaches you without with bumming you out. You know what I mean? Like, well, that's kind of a bad way to say it.
No, but I think that's accurate. Because, like, I don't feel like when you leave Les Mis after the beautiful epilogue that is
it's perfect.
You know, like, I don't feel like you leave that show bummed out about all these depressing stories. Because
it teaches you redemption. And it teaches you... It's so good. But it teaches redemption in a way that, like... You have these characters who really they've come from the lowest of lows. Yeah. And they're able to like build this life and create this story that impacts so many other people from their singular decisions. Yeah. And you're able to see what redemption can do for a person or into a person. It's just, it's beautiful. It's so good.
Life changing.
It's so good.
It like truly, that is, I think, the best. I mean, it is the best musical of all time.
It's so good. And it's kind of funny because me and Emily, I feel like we have a special connection to Wicked. You know what I mean? Like, we sing it together. It's really cute.
Let's tell the people what we really do. We've rehearsed and have certain parts that
absolutely. I'm Glinda, she's
Alphabet, and it's to the point where, like, not even thinking about it,
we sing our parts.
We'll just sing our parts, and it just happens every time. And like, we've done that with a few musicals, but Wicked especially is
Wicked's the one that stuck. You know what I mean? Like, it's just funny.
And so, like, I love Wicked. Like, it's
so good.
It's so good. It's beautiful. Like, everything about it is just. I have not since I've seen Wicked, I have not seen The Wizard of Oz because I don't want to watch it.
I literally haven't seen it in like 15 years.
I would just rather watch a grainy bootleg on
Well, the
YouTube.
Wicked story is so much better.
So much better than Wizard of Oz.
And it has so much more depth. And I mean, we can't really fault The Wizard of Oz because, I don't know.
I mean, we liked it when we were little.
Yeah, but like, was The Wizard of Oz a book?
Yeah.
Wicked was its own separate book, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can't fault The Wizard of Oz because it was its own separate thing.
Yeah, they're not the same.
But Wicked's just so much better.
Wicked's just better, and I just love it. But I just love Les Mis so much more.
You just can't beat Les Mis. I feel like from a story perspective, like, nothing compares to Les Mis.
Like, it's so cool. Like,
and I think Wicked has a great story. Like, the story of, or the idea of, you know, finding the beauty in things, or like... Yeah.
It's so
even
good. Though
someone's different doesn't make them less or whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it really does have a beautiful story.
It's great.
It's not Les Mis.
It's not Les Mis. And I love Les Mis with all of my heart. It is my show. Mm-hmm. It is just everything. I will, like, love that till the day I die.
It's such a good one.
Favorite musical of all time.
So good.
So, yeah, I don't know.
That's it. That's our number one winner.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think, what your ideas are, or
do you guys like musicals? Is this a thing?
Yeah, is this?
Are we just like an anomaly because we're a Broadway family?
Well, I think we are to a point. I think like Les Mis, obviously, seriously, Hamilton took over the world.
Okay.
Everyone had a Hamilton phase. Hamilton, I mean, everyone knows Phantom, everyone knows Wicked.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Sound of Music. So I think the more niche ones we are, but...
Yeah. Because the thing is realistically, we could have gone a lot more niche on...
Oh my gosh. Like, this bracket could have been double the size.
Yeah. Like, there's so many other shows that we could have spent so much time talking about.
I really tried to pick the, like,
but I think,
main ones.
I agree. I think this was a good, like...
That's good.
Like, relatable bracket.
Yes.
Whereas, like, we could really... I mean... We talked about freaking Cabaret for like 10 minutes in this, so we have a lot of thoughts and opinions on it.
So we could do a part 2 to this. If people were interested, we could do a part 2.
And do like deep cuts.
Deep cut musicals.
Like musicals that didn't last on Broadway very long.
Yeah, but
that we love.
We love so much.
You know, so there's a lot of things. But overall, I think our standards were pretty good. So, yeah.
I feel like Les Mis, like, encapsulates what musicals are and like what Broadway is and so what good. Like live theater is supposed to be. I could talk about it forever. I love it so much, like the intricacies of everything about it, but we won't. But since the 10-year Dreamcast came out, every single other cast is held to an unbeatable standard, and I don't like it as much. I mean, I understand that. It's incredible. Yeah, I just love it. So go watch it, or you can go listen to it if you've never seen / heard it. It's so good. Like, it's so good. See, and then the thing is it's not even like we could get into specific like deep cut musicals. We can get into like deep cut actors. We could get into like casts, versions of. We're very in this. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I forget because I've been out of my Broadway phase for a couple years. I never left. I forget how deep we were in it. Yeah. And I'm not even mad about it. Like, I look back fondly, but I'm okay where I'm at. I love Broadway. Always have, always will. But talking about it makes me excited about it. Heart of my soul. So that's all for this week. Give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok. Yes, and follow us on your favorite streaming platform and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a rate, review. Be greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. If you have a Broadway friend, send them this. And we want to hear Broadway people's thoughts, because as a Broadway person, we want to know where we line up and where we fit in with the crew. What the crew says. Because again, we do live in Utah, so we're removed a little bit from said Broadway community. Yes. But if you are a Broadway person, you will probably remember Newsies of 2014. It was a moment in time. It really was. Like, I think we really need to... Oh, man. There's so many things I could talk about it. Like, but I won't, because it'll bore anybody else. But even though I think it's really funny. But yeah, I think that's all. Anything else, Abby? I think that's it. All right. Bye, guys. Bye.